What's going on there, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Craftavore Tastes. And today we're digging into a beer courtesy of my man Bud from Modern Times Brewing out of San Diego, California. This is Spaceways. Yeah, man. So Spaceways is an IPA, hazy New England style IPA. Coming in at, where are we? 6.7% ABV, and it's actually brewed with Nelson Sauvin, Motueka, and Simcoe hops. And in the malt profile, what do we got here? Two-row white wheat, flaked oaks, and dextra pills. Super, super stoked to get into this beer. So this is a beer that Bud actually was kind enough to send across another wonderful care package to me. Thank you, sir. With some amazing beers that you are going to see in some upcoming episodes. But he really spoke a lot about this particular beer. I mean, for a couple of reasons. One, and I think Bud knew this, or else we would be communicating, I don't know, telepathically. Nelson Sauvin is my absolute favorite hop. So anything that has Nelson, I absolutely love. I'm also a huge fan of Simcoe. But I think what Bud was trying to say is that this is an incredible representation of another one of those Modern Times beers that they're absolutely killing at this moment, which is hazy IPAs. And obviously making them available as shelfies. So he was really stoked to freaking send this one to me, and I am equally as stoked to receive it and obviously review it. So let's go ahead and obviously dig straight into this review right now. Let's take a look at the appearance, get the aroma, taste it, and then of course we're going to rate it. All right, so let's go ahead and pop a top on this guy. Get it nicely into a glass. Yeah, looking good. Set that guy right up on the side. All right, so beer. How does she look? Appearance is that kind of really super nice medium gold color. Obviously, hazy, right? Looks obviously as it should. Got a slight kind of bit... No, I was going to say a little bit of heavy carbonation going on, but actually this glass on the back end over here, hopefully you can't see it on camera, could have done a little better job cleaning it. So actually it's bubbles that are coming off of that area where it could use a little bit more clean job. So no, got about a nice little finger and a quarter of this kind of like really kind of super kind of like nice fluffy kind of head. Looks absolutely fantastic. Looks gorgeous, man. Like looks as it should. Starting off. Great foot. Let's go ahead and give ourselves an aroma. Oh, man. Here's a term that I always use, and I use it with love when it comes to beers brewed with Simcoe. Nelson and Simcoe. It's dirty. Oh, man. Oh my God, there is a huge, massive blast of just dirty hops that I get from from Nelson. Why do I keep saying leading with Simcoe today? It's on my mind clearly. With beers that are brewed with Nelson Sauvin and Simcoe as well. There's a tremendous amount of just like earthiness going on. Oh man, a melange of different tropical fruits. A little bit of bright citrus in there as well, and maybe even like a little tinge of like pine. But mostly what I get from beers with Nelson and Simcoe as well is just this kind of, huge kind of pungent kind of like dirty earthiness, which I absolutely am in love with. It smells so freaking good. I don't even really know what to say. Absolutely freaking amazing. A lot of people get white wine characteristic from beers with Nelson Sauvin. I don't. I actually get diesel fuel. I'm serious. Like legit diesel fuel. And there's a lot of kind of fusel elements to this beer and the aroma as well. Smells wild. Let's go ahead and give her a taste. Bud, thank you, sir. Cheers. Oh. Oh. Incredible. In the taste. Follows the nose. Tremendous amount of... You know what? It switches off in the taste to like a little bit more like melonish, like even maybe like a little bit of like kind of ripe cantaloupe. Layering in with, again, those tropical fruits that I'm getting in the nose, as well as, a little bit of citrus there. And then again, kind of like middle of the palate, a little bit of pininess. Um, Finishes with no lingering bitterness whatsoever. Mouthfeel was just kind of super, super nice. Like, it's got a little bit of kind of malt backbone there, which I really, really dig. Like, it's balanced, man. Like, it's really, really, really well balanced. Going back in for another taste. Oh, man. Yeah. And then again, just that followed from that Nelson, that just kind of fusel, diesel fuel kind of deal going on, which, for most people, when someone hears a tasting note like that, like, I can't imagine you would think that, that's a positive thing, but it totally is. Like, at least for me, man, like, I absolutely love the taste of that. Slight little twinge of, like I said, middle of the palate, getting a little bit of kind of pine there, and now a little bit of bitterness is kind of lingering there, but it's coating the palate in like all the right kind of ways. Man, this is really freaking good. Like, Bud was right, and I've said this in past videos, and people have mentioned this to me, and I've mentioned it on Instagram posts and stuff like that. It's the truth, man. Modern Times is absolutely knocking it out of the park with these hazy IPAs. And obviously, the fact that this, is a shelfie just makes it all the more remarkable. Yeah, my favorite New England style IPA that I consider a shelfie, at least for me here in the New York, New Jersey area, is Industrial Arts Wrench. I've mentioned that a couple of times, I think. This might freaking beat it, man. Like, wow. Obviously, this isn't a shelfie for me. Wrong coast. But holy smokes, like, yeah, this might be the best, or easily in the top 2 or 3 best shelf New England style IPAs I think I've ever had. That is awesome. Wow. Going back in for one more taste, and then we're going to rate it. Oh, I love it. Wow. That hits all the freaking notes for me, man. All right, so let's go ahead and rate this guy. Modern Times Spaceway IPA, coming in at 6.7% ABV, brewed with Nelson Motuico and Simcoe. Straight up, 4.5 caps. That's easy. That's not tough. I don't have to think about that one. That is an incredible, incredible beer. I mean, my lord. I mean, given the fact that it's a shelfie, you could probably pump it up to 4.75, and I'm not even going to bat an eye at you. But let's go ahead. We'll stick with it. 4.5 caps. Unbelievable beer from Modern Times. Bud, thank you again, man. That is freaking awesome of you. That'll do it for this episode. I'll hope you join me again for another episode where I drink, I review, I rate, and I repeat. Cheers.